So do you remember earlier this year when the trailer for Season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead came out? And at around the same time, Robert Kirkman said we're going to be seeing some new kind of walkers in this season. And of course, like I said in this trailer, we did see radiated walkers, and that's the different walkers he was talking about. I even pointed out which walkers it would be in that trailer, and I was right, but there was some stuff I was also wrong about. Considering how it was hyped up about how the characters would have to kill these walkers and how much it would change the story, I said that these walkers would have some side effects to the radiation. Not necessarily supernatural, but just something The Walking Dead has never done before. For example, fast walkers, so walkers that can run, bigger walkers that are more strong, and some walkers that haven't even fully turned yet. Now, the first time I even made a video about this new kind of walker, there were so many people in the comments saying they wouldn't be called walkers if they could run. And at first, I just responded to that by saying they're called walkers because it's poetic. They're dead people that can walk or even move at all. Even the title, The Walking Dead, is not even referencing that the zombies walk. It's just the fact that they're walking at all. And so people were saying they can't run because they're called walkers. Now that's a silly argument, but then again, I realised that's kind of true within the main show of The Walking Dead. But you've got to remember, all these communities and these new characters that we have seen and are going to see have their own names for them. In the next spin-off, this third The Walking Dead show, they call the walkers empties. And so the name just doesn't matter. If The Walking Dead ever saw zombies that could run, would they stop calling them walkers? Possibly, but the term walker is just meant for the fact that they move at all. And when I even suggested that a walker could run, or a walker would get a bit bigger, like a mutant zombie, people came up with all these scientific reasons as to how that couldn't happen. Some people arguing back to that by just saying it's The Walking Dead, it's unrealistic. Now, we've got to remember, The Walking Dead isn't based in reality, but then again, it is. We're not going to tune in next week and walkers are flying around. There's going to be a scientific explanation as to how this virus started, and if it's a different virus that starts a different kind of walker. Now, I'm talking about this because the Rick Grimes movies are extremely likely to have a new kind of walker. With the radiated walkers back in Season 5 of Fear, it was kind of speculation. I mean, I got it right, it was radiated walkers, but there was no side effects to that. But before we saw Isabel in Fear, before we saw this third spin-off, anything about that, we always knew there was a scientific, a sci-fi feel to the CRM. Even with Maggie at the Commonwealth, even with this third show appearing to be a nice place, wherever Rick is, it's dark and it's very sci-fi centric. And not just by the fact that we haven't seen Rick, everything about where Rick is at R in the CRM is dark. We haven't seen anything because it's going to be scary. Even the small teaser trailer we got for the Rick Grimes movies straight after the Season 10 trailer was released is dark. It's empty. There's nothing happy about the Rick Grimes movies so far. I mean, when we see Maggie at the Commonwealth, it's going to be hopeful. They found this big civilization. In the third show, it's about kids coming out of a good world. They're happy. When it comes to Rick Grimes, it's just dark, and I think that's what his character and the story needs. If you've been on the channel for a while, then you'll know I'm not a massive fan of this third show. I mean, the trailer made it look like a Stop Bullying commercial, and I'm just not a massive fan of the concept at all. It could be good, but it's just personally not my thing. So I'm really happy that the Rick Grimes movies are going to be bringing that back to the Walking Dead universe. Scott Gimple said the Rick Grimes movies is going to be more of a Logan movie. He compared it to Logan, which is of course Wolverine's almost epilogue. And we all know what happened at the end of Logan. Honestly, that's just the best thing that I could have heard about the Rick Grimes movies though. The fact that this, by far the best character in the Walking Dead universe, having probably about 10 hours of screen time, by the way, in these movies, is going to be insane. This is what Rick Grimes needs, and I just think this is the best time we've seen Rick. Right now, think to yourself, just imagine your favourite scene ever with Rick Grimes. What's the go-to scene you think of when you think of Rick? It's probably a scene where he's saving his family or looking for his family, isn't it? That's because Rick Grimes is at his best when he's looking for what he calls his family. Now, aside from Carl Grimes' death, of course, I've always said this, Scott Gimple brings out the best in Rick Grimes. Scott Gimple is a master at bringing out the beast in Rick Grimes. I just think he's written so well when it's Scott Gimple. Of course, Angela Kang did an amazing job, but whenever I've seen Rick as a beast, it's always been with Scott Gimple behind the script. A lot of people have been worried about the movies because, of course, Scott Gimple has messed things up in the past, but I think we should all be excited for it. Like, with Scott Gimple behind Rick Grimes, it's gonna be really, really good. I don't think it gets any better than Rick Grimes being cool in a sci-fi orientated movie. As much as he's been horrible without Rick Grimes in the show, I know, but although we're waiting a long time to see Rick, we're going to see the best stuff he has ever done in these movies, so I think we should be really, really excited for it. But I made this video to talk about the new kind of Walker in the Rick Grimes movies because we've actually got more information that could confirm that. I'm gonna read to you a quote from Cinema Blend, which is actually by Pollyanna McIntosh, the actor behind Jadis. This is what she said about the Rick Grimes movies. "I'm expecting a lot of action and adventure, twists as per usual. I'm sure there will be new Walkers to see because this is in a different place, and we've seen with Jadis before, she had these weaponized walkers unlike any we've seen before. So I'm excited to see what Nicotero comes up with in that regard and these new versions of walkers that we'll be able to see." So here she's referencing the walker we saw that Jadis had almost as a pet in season 8. It was this spiked walker called Winslow. And she's referencing all the different kinds of walkers that Jadis had used at that scrapyard of all her scavengers. The most interesting thing to me is that when Pollyanna McIntosh was asked about this, about the Rick Grimes movies, the thing she seemed to know more about was the different kind of walkers. And what we're meant to think to is Winslow and walkers like that she had manipulated and spiked into her own weapon, her pet. But where Jadis is going at the CRM, it's said to be a place of luxury. She'd have no need to do that, and I don't think she'd be able to do that. So I think what she's referencing here is that we really will see new walkers, new walker versions. When we didn't even know that the CRM would appear in Fear the Walking Dead, it was a complete mystery. All we had was Rick's helicopter with the logo on it and the letter A. We knew Heath had, of course, been traded or taken away, but there were so many things that we didn't know. And the first thing I ever said was human experimentation, and all these things that we found out, such as the Commonwealth being connected to the CRM, with this third show appearing to be a brighter place and a more brighter series, it's completely turned us away from the fact that the A and B system is still a thing. This is human trafficking. The Commonwealth would not do that. This third show does not look like it would do that. They may have taken part in it, but I think it's clear that the R and CRM is the darkest one that deals with A and B. And we've all forgot, but that's human trafficking, so why would they want humans? I know I've spoke about this so many times now, but of course, do you remember Heath? He was kidnapped and traded in a pretty brutal way. We found his glasses smashed on the floor and just a card with 3 P's written on it. It did look like some kind of lanyard card, but I think what's happened here is it's been updated to a more futuristic thing along the way. Do you remember that card that Althea had in season 5 of Fear, the first episode I think it was as well? She had a futuristic see-through card with some states of the US on it and the CRM symbol. I think that's what that white card with the 3 P's on now represents. I think they've just changed it along the way to look more futuristic. Now, a lot of people say Angela Kang confirmed Heath is at the CRM. Now, it's extremely likely he is, dead or alive, he's there. But Angela Kang, I need to say this, did not confirm anything. She said it's extremely likely, and that if Corey Hawkins did want to return as Heath in the movies or something, or just at the CRM, he could. And it's extremely likely he will, but I don't think it will be in a very nice way. This is human trafficking, like I've said, and Heath was not the passenger to the CRM. He's more of just cattle. Just like when Rick was taken, Jadis needed a bee to board the helicopter. So I think Jadis has been put into luxury, but Rick Grimes, I don't think he straight away will be. Of course they're going to say Rick Grimes, make sure he's better, but I'm almost certain he's going to have to fight for the CRM. And if not, he'll have to join the people that are being experimented on. And I've been on and off with this idea, but if Rick does see Heath and he's been mutilated and made almost not human, this will be the thing that Rick sees, and he'll know that the people that saved him aren't that good. But I think Rick is going to see these new kind of walkers, not just weaponized ones by Jadis. I don't think that would happen. I think it's going to be actually new kinds of walkers that the CRM have manipulated and mutated. Maybe they've mutated the virus to change how the walker works. I think that's completely possible. I'm genuinely worried for the show when it goes through this Commonwealth phase, because in the comics it was really boring at points. And so I think having this in the Rick Grimes movies will bring almost some spice to the show. I think it really needs that. It's risky, but I think what's even more risky is having some kind of political Commonwealth storyline take place. I think that would be really bad for the show. But either way, it's going to be Rick Grimes in a sci-fi orientated movie. It's going to be really, really good. And I think it's extremely possible that we're going to see these new walkers. But more importantly, What do you think? On the top right of your screen, you're going to see an eye icon. Just click or tap on that and you can vote in the poll. Do you think we're going to see new walkers in the Rick Grimes movies? Fast, bigger, maybe even half walkers, walkers that haven't even turned yet? Make sure to let me know. And of course, don't just vote in the poll, make sure to comment down below what you think. I really want to hear what you think on this. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to press the like button. It actually supports me and will genuinely get this video more seen. And if you did enjoy it, make sure to check out videos that are similar to this one. One of my favourite, most shocking and dark theories is the Dante is a whisperer theory. It's actually pretty likely that Dante is a whisperer, so make sure you go and check that one out. And of course, if you want to see why I think Ezekiel will 100% die in season 10, watch this video where we talk about all the foreshadowings and reasonings that almost confirm Ezekiel will die, and it's going to be pretty bad. So make sure you go and watch that one if you're interested. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you're the first to hear about The Walking Dead. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.